What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is the 16th of February 2022, and we're going to be talking about creating some marketing videos today. And any one of you can do this stuff, guys. This is not hard to do, but I do want to welcome everybody here. Please utilize that chat section. I love to get the conversation going with you guys. I love to hear what you have to say. If you've got questions, if you've got input, if you just want to say hello, that's fine. Tell me what your weather is, but make sure you use that chat section there. It's very, very helpful. So I really do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button down there. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can't subscribe, but I am streaming live on Facebook right now and YouTube. And don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every time I go live or if I upload a video. And I want to get right into this thing, man. This is a really cool subject. I've done a lot of marketing videos. I'm getting ready to do some more now. So I thought, I was doing some research and I thought, well, other people are probably doing the same thing and they probably have the same issues that I do. So I figured I'd do some training on it. And we're going to talk a little bit about storyboards, if you don't know what that is. But all of those things are very helpful when you're creating these videos. And whether you like it or not, I mean, let's face it, guys, content marketing really is embracing videos now, okay? It's going away from blogs and all that. People just want to see videos, which really doesn't bode too well if you're a blogger because it is going towards videos. People are rather, just watch those. With written content becoming less effective as time goes on, you're probably already thinking about creating a video content as part of your marketing strategy. You've probably thought about videos. You may be eager to jump right in and start creating videos, but planning out your video first has really proved to be valuable. Even these lives that I do here, I am constantly planning and calculating and trying to figure out, what I can bring to you guys. So the thing that I use and that you should actually use is called a storyboard. A storyboard is nothing more than a series of sketches or reminders that represent the individual shots planned for your video, your film, your commercial, whatever you want to do it for. They will include like directions for maybe camera lighting or your camera angle, and all these things are important. I shot a video last night for my recipe channel. And if you haven't been there yet, go to Restaurant Quality Recipes, J.R. Fisher. But I was planning a video for that. And, I had some overhead lights and they were shining down on the counter. And at certain angles, the camera would see those lights on the counter. So I had to really adjust my camera. I had to adjust my lights. This stuff does take time. Okay. Just like with good writers, when they're writing something, articles, they have outlines, marketers begin their videos with a storyboard. It's super important to do that. Let me talk about really why storyboards are so important. Storyboards really help you plan your video from the very beginning to the very end. Like I said, what the lighting will be, how it will flow. Do you want voiceover? Some of the videos that I shoot for my recipes don't really have any parts where I'm talking. So it may just be music in the background. And then I may voice over it because I didn't want to say anything. Let's see, Vanish, what's going on? Let me put some of these comments on the screen, guys. As you put those comments in, I do want to put them on the screen. So let's see here. There's Vanish. He says, hi. What's going on, Vanish? We have a huge audience in India. As a matter of fact, I have more people watching my videos in India than I do the US. I mean, it's neck and neck. It's really close. But I deal with a lot of Indian people every day. I have SEO people. I have developers there. He says, sir, I am from India and welcome. It's good to see you here. Tyann, what's going on? Tyann is plucky chickadee. I have a hard time saying that. I don't know why. And let's see, Vanish is saying good night, which probably means hello, right? So in many ways, these storyboards, guys, are like a dress rehearsal for your video. Okay, storyboarding really lets you figure out the kinks and identify gaps in your video before you actually spend the money to do a video. And you are spending money, right? You've got a camera there, you got lights, you got your time. Your time is worth so much money. People don't realize that. I was talking to my son the other day, and I was kidding around with him because I was looking at some speakers for my TV, and it was like $1,000. I said, would you please send me $1,000? He says, no, just go work for an hour. So our time is very valuable. He understands that my time is valuable. And he didn't want to give me the money, by the way. A few examples of really great marketing videos. Let's think about some of these. And I'd like to actually pull up the Dropbox video. Let me see if I can do that. And it was really good, and it went kind of viral. So I'd like to show that one to you. I want to make sure my sound is off over here so you can see that. Let's see. Vanish says, super, sir. Super. You don't have to call me sir by no stretch of the imagination. Do you have to do that? But there he is. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm going to get over here. I'm going to try to pull up this Dropbox video because this is when Dropbox started in 2009. It was a really cool video, and it kind of went viral, and it really helped this company do extremely well. So I'm going to take and put it on my other screen here. Let's see if I can do that. Paste and go. All right, so I got it pulled up here. What I need to do is share my screen so you guys can see it. So I'm going to go share, and I'm going to go share screen. So you should be able to, let's see, share, select window screen. Which window I want here? Window or screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Select window or screen. I know I have this here. PowerPoint, Georgetown. StreamYard? Entire screen. That's what I want. Okay. So I should be showing my screen right now to you guys. It should pop up in just a second. You're going to see me on the screen. You're going to see my other stuff here. I just want to make sure it pops up on here. Okay, it's there. So now we're going to go to this YouTube video that Dropbox did. And this was one of their marketing videos, and it's really very simple. And for those of you who don't want to be on screen, this is what Dropbox did. So check this out. I'm going to go ahead and play it real quick.
You've been there. You're about to buy lunch and realize your wallet is in your other pants. Or maybe you left your keys at home. The problem is organization. You need one place for everything, like a magic pocket. Putting something in the magic pocket means it's always there, no matter what you wear or where you are. The same thing is true for computers. If you have more than one, keeping track of all of your files can be a pain. Solving this problem is one of the big ideas behind Dropbox. It's like a magic pocket, a single, secure place for all of your stuff. Let's meet Josh, who is preparing for a big trip to Africa. Right now, all of his trip info is spread across his laptop, desktop, and phone. He needs to consolidate it all and is tired of having to email files to himself or move them around with a USB drive. Then he found Dropbox, which creates a new kind of folder on his computers. These folders work hard to be exactly alike, even across Macs and PCs. By adding his itinerary to his laptop Dropbox, he can be sure the same file will show up in his desktop Dropbox and even on his phone. The same thing happens when he saves a document in a Dropbox folder. The document gets updated across all of his Dropboxes. But it's not just his computers. The Dropbox website also works to be exactly like his other Dropboxes. Anything he puts in Dropbox is available on the website automatically. This way, if his Jeep takes a dive and his computer is ruined, he can still get to his files on the Dropbox website, where they're always backed up. As it turns out, Josh's Safari was a success, and his laptop made it home with lots of videos and photos to share. Instead of emailing everything, he just shared a Dropbox folder with his mom, so she could get copies of photos she wants to frame. Because it worked so well for travel, Josh made Dropbox the home for all of his stuff, so it's accessible anytime, wherever he goes. Whether you're traveling the world, running a business, or simply organizing your life, Dropbox means you can stop worrying about managing files and backups and get on with your next adventure. You can download Dropbox now at Dropbox.com.
Okay, guys, so that was Dropbox. And I'm getting some comments coming in here. We'll put them up on the screen here. It says, Vanish says, please help me, sir, to be an entrepreneur. Not hard to do. You're in a great country, too, because there's a lot of knowledge there. Vanish. Let's see here. What does this one say? Please, I got that one. Let's see. Ganesh, what's going on, Ganesh? Good to see you, buddy. Your teaching is good, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it looks like Tyann, that's her name. In case you guys don't know, you probably wonder why I'm calling her Tyann, because that's her name. Vanish, JC, JR has tons of videos on different ways to be an entrepreneur. Just have to pick a path that works best for you and your skills and situations. That's very true. There's a lot of videos on here. I think I've got, I don't know, 1,100 videos, something like that on, I really like doing this stuff. So I start doing a lot of videos on here. Hi, sir, Ganesh. Good morning, good night to you, because I know it's actually nighttime there. I understand that. Who else do we got on here? Ganesh says, hi, sir, again, and I'm saying hi back. Very, very cool. So let me get on with this. Now, Dropbox, you guys probably watched that and went, of course you're going to store stuff online. But back then, that was a really new thing, and Dropbox had to explain that to people. So that's why I like these marketing videos. If you've got a software or you've got a product or you've got a process, you could do a 2 or 3 minute video that explains it to people, and it's like your salesperson, okay? People will watch it. It's a really cool thing. So let's look at the actual structure of your marketing video. Okay, the first thing you're going to have is an opener, whatever that opener is, and you just saw that on that Dropbox video. And then there's only 4 things, guys, so you may want to write these down. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can put these in the chat. Give me 1 second here. That way you have a list of all these. If you're not watching this live, you can always get this from the chat section. Just click on show chat is all you have to do. Okay, so there it is. I put it on the screen. You got an opener. You've got your problem statement. You're going to have a solution, and then you're going to have a call to action. So if you remember, they said at the very end, you can go to dropbox.com and just download Dropbox. So let's talk about your opener first. Okay, what is your opener? The opener really needs to grab the person's attention immediately, or they're not going to watch the rest of your video. Okay, it needs to be unique, and it needs to intrigue them and encourage them to keep watching. Okay, so it's got to be something that's really going to grab them. And you don't have to be great on camera. If you just watch that Dropbox one, you see they weren't even on camera. They weren't even there. Okay, so that's a very cool thing. Let's see here. I've got a couple more comments coming in. I'll get them back on the screen in just a second. The next thing we have to have is a problem statement. Okay, so what a problem statement is, it outlines the problem facing the viewer. If you notice on that Dropbox one, they were saying that your files were everywhere and you would have to use a USB drive and you would have to move this thing around, and sometimes you couldn't get to your files. When you determine what the scope of this problem statement is, be thoughtful of who your target audience is. You want to talk to them. The Dropbox video we just watched was relatable as a possible problem for many people, okay? It landed in a universal problem like organization, right? Organizing things, trying to keep stuff in one spot. On the other hand, a lot of videos may not do that, okay? But I like the way this one does that. Okay, the next part is going to be the solution in your video, okay, where you're going to explain how your brand can actually solve the unique problem that you actually brought up, okay? So you've hooked the viewers with this intriguing opener, and then you connected them by recognizing what their problem was. Now is the time that you got to show the viewer how your product can solve their specific problem and make their life better. Okay, so that's what you got to do. So here's where you're going to go into detail. You're going to show people happily using your product. Okay, that's a very important thing. You got to see people happily using your product. Okay, the examples that I just showed you with Dropbox did that. It showed how this one guy was taking a trip and he was going somewhere, and so they actually added a trip in there so that maybe somebody could really relate to taking a trip and wanting, all of their stuff in one place. And it worked really well. It really helped me understand, and I probably helped you understand. And then the last part of this was a call to action, okay? This is the moneymaker. they got to have a call to action. Okay, I like your stuff. I see you've got the solution. What do I do now? So they explained exactly what somebody needs to do now. So that's basically the 4 things. Now, there are steps to actually creating a storyboard for your marketing, okay? And I'm going to give you a rough example, but like I just said, the opener starts at 0, and then maybe at about 15 to 17 seconds, we're going to start talking about the problem, okay? And we'll do that up to maybe 30 seconds. Now, this is a 1 minute. This is a 1 minute marketing video. So we'll do that up to maybe 30 seconds, okay? And then from there to the very end, we're going to talk about the solution and then the call to action at the very end. So you got to establish this timeline. How long is each part going to be? It can't be long. These marketing videos can't be long. Maybe a minute or 2 is all you're going to actually do. So you establish your timeline in the beginning, and then you identify your key scenes. What are you going to show on the screen? Is it going to be an animation? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be B-roll? What's it going to be? So that's how you identify your scenes. So that's number one, once again, is a timeline. Number 2 is identify your scenes. Now, number 3 is you want to decide in detail, what are you going to put in each scene? Exactly what are you going to do? Do you want to take a cleaner approach like Dropbox did, which focuses on cut out images or screen grabs, or do you prefer the busier type approach where you see the person actually using the product? What do you want to do with that? Number 4, you're going to want to write your script. Now, I don't necessarily write a script when I do a video, but what I do is I do bullet points, okay? And guys, keep those comments coming. When you comment, I'll put them up on the screen and we can all discuss what you're talking about. Even if you just want to say hi or something, that's fine. I love when you do that. But number 4 is you want to write your script. Whether you're relying on a dialogue, voiceovers, or a combination of both, your script should outline all the spoken words for the video, whatever those are, okay? And unlike some videos I may have on my channel, you want to have voiceover or online talking throughout the whole video, okay? Because you're only talking for like a minute or 2. You don't have time to waste with just B-roll and music on this stuff, all right? In the latter step, you're going to overlay your audio to the corresponding thumbnails, okay? So number 5 is you're going to choose whatever storyboarding tool you want to use. And there's a bunch of them out there, okay? There's really a smorgasbord of storyboarding tools out there. You can choose the retro option and use a pen, a colored marker, a pencil, paper. You can do that, okay? Or you can go in high tech with some of these other things. Presentation software like Microsoft PowerPoint, you could use that. You can use Google Slides. Google Slides is free, and I've used that many times to put together presentations, okay? So let's see here. What do we got here? Sir, your country. Sir, your country. Okay, not quite sure. Oh, my country. My country is USA. I'm in the USA right now. I'm a little slow, okay? So I'm not. If I can do this, anybody can do it. You could use graphic design software like Adobe Illustrator or Adobe InDesign. You can use that. You can use iPad software like Adobe Photoshop Sketch. I use Photoshop, but you got Photoshop Sketch. And that often requires a stylus, so now we're getting into some extra stuff, but it's there for you for the people who want to do that. Storyboarding software like Amazon Storyteller. Did you know that was out there? Amazon Storyteller. As a matter of fact, let me put those in the comment section. Storyboard that. I'm going to put a couple of these things in here so that you guys can get access to these. Let me paste that in there. Boom. It is there now. Okay, so you can use storyboarding software like Amazon Storyteller or Storyboard that. Either one of those works really well, and you can Google those and find those. You can also use storyboard templates like this one for Google Slides or this one from Vidyard. Either one of those will work. What else can we do? Let's move on to number 6. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to sketch out your thumbnail, whatever that thumbnail is. And you need a thumbnail. You got to have a thumbnail. Yeah. Okay. That's going to make people click. That's going to make people watch your video. Number 7 is you want to annotate each scene with details. Okay, so a storyboard is a visual tool, but you need to add in the non-visual details to get the best results. So you want to add the dialogue or the voiceovers or whatever you're going to say, your script, for each thumbnail that you show. You want to add directional notes for people who will be willing to work on your video with you, okay, such as desired like, have people helping you. You want to number your thumbnails so they don't get all jumbled up. I had that problem sometimes when I'm shooting a bunch of different scenes and I shoot them out of order. That can mess you up, okay? And sometimes you have to do it out of order. And then number 8 is you want to add your cuts, okay? A cut is whenever the video zooms in closer to highlight the action. And it's so funny, when I first started doing videos, I would move my camera closer and then I would move it further away. I didn't realize that you could just go to Camtasia or, Final Cut Pro or whatever and just zoom it in there. So, you can zoom it in. And when I would talk to somebody like one-on-one and I would lean forward, that's when I would zoom in. You can do all that with your editing. So you want to indicate your storyboard where you want these cuts, as well as any other directions or transitions to help the flow of your video, okay? Really simple stuff to do. Let's see here, let me pop some more of these comments in here. We've got story, okay, that's me. Let's pull this one here. In video, seems like would be easy enough. Yeah, you can certainly do that. And I appreciate you putting that up there too, Tyann, because what I'm giving you is not all inclusive to everything that's out there. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff out there. And guys, when you put those suggestions in there, you help a lot of people. So if you know some of these softwares, if you know some of these places people can go ahead and pop that in the chat section there. This is also true if you're not watching this video live, because I do it live, but then it gets uploaded to YouTube and then you can watch it through perpetuity, I guess. But put it in the comment section below, because that's really going to help people out. Now, the next best marketing video can only exist in your head, right? To help others understand your vision, you need a storyboard. Define your narrative, sketch it out, add dialogue and production directions to your scenes, then watch your video come to life. Guys, this stuff is not hard to do. And I think it's funny because a lot of times people will say this, I hate this statement. Here it is. Here's the statement. I've never done that before. No kidding. All right. Before you walked, you never walked before. Before you talked, you never talked before. Okay. Just because you haven't done something before doesn't mean you can't learn it and do it now. Get that out of your head. I mean, when I started my company in 2009, which we're going on 13 years now. Wow. That's gone by fast. But when I started in 2009, I'd never sold anything online. I had never done any marketing online. I had never written any sales pages. I had never built a list. I had never made videos. I had never made any courses. I had never sold my survival food, and all those things I've done now. And it's only because I put forth some effort. And I'm not special, okay? I'm not. Any one of you can do the same exact thing. This stuff's not hard. Everything you know in life right now is something that you didn't know prior to that. And it doesn't matter what country you're in. I'm speaking to you guys from India because I deal a lot with people in India, and they always say, well, I'm in India, what can I do? You can do the same thing anybody else can do. There's no difference. The internet is just awesome. Now, if you live in a country where they block the internet, they've got VPNs, okay? They do have VPNs. But the bottom line is, if you can get access to the internet and you've got a phone, you've got a laptop, you've got an iPad, you've got some type of device that you can get online, you could do any of this stuff, okay? You can market anything, you can do anything. And a lot of people say to me, where do I start? I'm like, at the beginning, right? You're always going to start at the beginning. The beginning is wherever you are. And I tell people, go outside your door and throw a rock, and wherever it lands, that's where you start. In other words, get started. It doesn't matter. There is no particular order to this stuff. It's really effort. And that's what I see every day. The people that are super successful, none of them have stories about how they were a genius online, so they started a business. All of them started from nothing. All of them. So if you're at nothing right now, you're in a really great position. And the only direction you can go is up. You can learn so much. Tyann said it a couple minutes ago. There's a lot of videos on this channel alone. Go through, 50 of my videos. 50. Watch 50 videos. Invest that time. Turn off Netflix. Turn off the TV. Turn off SiriusXM. and invest it in yourself. When you're watching videos on this channel, the only thing I talk about is starting, running, and growing online businesses. That's it. Starting, running, and growing online businesses. So if you come to this channel and you do that, you're going to be ahead of other people. Okay. You're just going to be ahead. I don't sell stuff on this channel. I mean, yeah, I have got, some links below. If you want to get one of my courses, it's certainly there. Hey, more power to you. But I mean, I'm not on a video going, here, buy this and buy that. I'm not about that. What I'm about is showing you things I've done that have made me money and letting you do the same thing. Or I tell you about mistakes I've made so that you don't make the same mistakes. That's all this channel is about, guys. That's it. And feel free to put any more comments in there. Because I'm going to be ending in a couple minutes. And if you don't get your comments in there, because there's a little bit of a time delay, but by the time you type it in and I see it, then I won't be able to get to it. And I certainly want to get to it and answer any of your questions. Do you have any questions about this? If so, put that in the chat section there. Do you like this training? Okay, if so, put that in the chat section there. Do you have some ideas for different training that you would like to see? Put that in the chat section. And once again, if you're not watching this live, all that means put it in the comment section below the video. I will still get to it. I went through yesterday and I answered all the comments I had, which I had a bunch, and I had some really great ones, and people are really putting some really interesting stuff. But don't worry if your question is great, okay? What you may not think is great, it may be great to the rest of us because we didn't think of it. I get that every day where a friend of mine will say, hey, how about this or how about that? I was like, God, I didn't even think about that. And this comes from people who aren't even online sometimes. They'll give me some great suggestions. So talk to all those people around you, get those ideas, implement those ideas, watch more videos on this channel, guys. I can't, and of course it's going to help my channel. I'm not saying it doesn't do that, but it's going to help you. And that's the important thing. It's going to help push you forward. And I would say in just about every video I do, anybody could do this stuff. Some are higher level than others, but man, if you watch the video 2 or 3 times, you're going to get it. You're going to be able to do the same exact things I'm doing. If you want to make money online, if you want to be an entrepreneur, do what an entrepreneur would do. And an entrepreneur would watch things that are going to move them forward. That's what you need to do, is watch things that are going to move you forward. Watch educational things. I'm not saying never be entertained or never watch Netflix. I certainly do. But the majority of my day, I don't watch Netflix. Okay, that's a very small portion of my day, usually at dinner time or something like that for maybe 30 minutes. But the rest of the day, I'm working on me. I'm working on either creating content or I'm working on learning things. And those are the 2 things you need to do. You need to create content and you need to learn things. If you spend your days doing that, you will move forward and you will be successful. I can promise you that. Thank you so much, guys, for everybody who put comments in there. Thank you so much for listening to this session today. I'll be live again either Friday or Saturday. If you're not on my email list, go to jrfisher.com. Let me put that in there. jrfisher.com. I'm going to put that in the chat section. I don't know if it will pop up or not. I'm doing my best to make it pop up. Let's see here. What does Tyann say here? How would I help a brick and mortar business start selling online if they choose to? That's really, 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 really easy. Especially if it's a local business. You can run ads on Facebook. You can run ads on YouTube. You can geographically target an ad. And what I mean by that is on YouTube, you can pick a zip code you want to target. You can pick a city and state you want to target. So that way the ad only pops up for the people that live in that area. And it will be, specialized to them. And I get ads like that all the time for a pizza joint or a restaurant or whatever. So I would say use targeted ads. That's the easiest way to do that. Now, also, if you go to jrfisher.com there and you sign up for anything, any free downloads or anything I have, that will get you on my email list. Once I have you on my email list, I can notify you about these videos that I'm doing and let you know when I'm doing it. Let's see, the Queen's Within. Good morning. Good to see you. Lovely to have you here today. We've had a lot of people pop in and out today, and that's okay, guys. You may not be able to stay for the whole thing, but it's great seeing you here today. It really is. I think I'm nearing my end here. I'm getting down to, wait a second. We got another question here. Could you give some examples of call to action statements for your video promotion? Sure, I'd be happy to do that. Learn more would take, in other words, take your button and put on there learn more. That tells them it's going to take them to another place. If you've got a webinar or you've got some training you want to do, on the button, never put click here. Don't put click here on a button, but you could put on there, attend the training. Click, you can click to attend training. You could do that. In other words, on these buttons, on these call to actions, they are the things that make people want to move forward. Let's say you're teaching about back pain, okay? You could put on the button, solve your back pain or cure your back pain. Well, you won't say cure. I think that's illegal when you can't do that. But whatever it is that you, what's going to happen when they leave that page, put that on the button. Don't put click here or click now. It doesn't mean anything. Claim yours. I like to have that a lot. I put claim yours a lot on buttons because let's say I'm selling some canned meat or something like that. Claim yours. Click right here. Claim yours. Let's see what else we got. Yo, what's up? Queen is within. Plucky Chickadee saying hello to you there. I hope you see that up on the screen. That's very, very nice of her. Good to have you here. And I think, man, I hate it. I'm nearing my end today. And I hate it because I love talking to you guys. I'd love to sit on here all day long. And I see some YouTubers will actually do that. They'll do like 30 minutes, but then sometimes they'll do an hour. They'll do 2 hours. I haven't done a super long one like that. That may be interesting to do one day. Put in the chat section if you think a super long one, a Q&A type thing is something you're interested in. If you are, I may schedule that. I may schedule a 1 hour or 2 hour Q&A where I just talk to you guys and I take your questions. And you can submit questions to me. I can also have those on a list so that, let's say you can't attend a live training, you can submit the questions to me. I can answer them in the live training, and then you could go back and watch the replay of that training. That's something else I was thinking about doing. So if that interests you guys, you can do that. Queen is within. Hi at Plucky Chickadee LLC. I'm fine, thanks. How is everything? I love the conversation, guys. I love this. I love when you guys get to know each other. You're going to be able to help each other out. This is what this channel is all about, is building this community of people that are learning from each other. I learn from you guys, okay? You learn from me. We learn from each other. Lucky Chickadee, going okay here. Crazy month, super expensive month, newer car and furnace. Oh, both those things are super expensive. I have an older car now because I have an order in for a Tesla truck, which they have not built yet. But I do have a newer house because we just moved in here 6 months ago. So everything in here is brand new. So hopefully nothing breaks and I have a warranty on everything. But I feel for you having to buy a car. My son just bought a car for his wife. And man, they're expensive nowadays. Cars are crazy expensive. Oh my God, they thought they got a good deal at $35,000 for a new car. And they got themselves a Subaru, which is a good car, okay? But man, cars have gotten so expensive, haven't they? I don't know if any of you guys have been out there looking at these. And I know I'm off topic right now, but since you brought it up, I thought I would say something about it. Well, that's, I think, all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you appreciated today's training. I hope it helped you out. I hope you know how to do these marketing videos now. I'm going to have some good training for you either Friday or Saturday. Get on my list so I can notify you. Don't forget to subscribe. Please, everybody here, give me a thumbs up. Just click that thumbs up. It matters so much to my channel when you do that. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live, or if I upload a video. And I upload 3 videos a week, so that will keep you busy. Guys, thank you so much once again. Love each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. You guys make this channel. This is your channel. Love you all. Talk to you later.